No, I can't seem to get it, and in my mind I'm ready. Hello there, everyone. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're an oldie but goodie, welcome back. So today I'm finally doing a brow tutorial for you guys. I've beat my entire face minus the eyes. I'm gonna show you guys what I currently use to fill in my brows on a daily basis, and then I'm also gonna show you some of my other favorites that I use to fill in my brows. So of course my favorite brow products do belong to none other than Miss Anastasia Beverly Hills. I absolutely love her products. I don't know if Jesus came to her late one night and told her she was gonna be the second coming of brow, but that woman is literally the brow goddess. So some of my favorites from the brand is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I typically use this in the shade Ebony. I know that's a little dark for some people, and my eyebrows are black, but I don't like them to look as black as they really are. But I use this with a very light hand. If I'm going out at night and I may perspire a little bit and I want a lot of reassurance that my brow isn't going to go anywhere, I definitely love this product for that. I'm also absolutely obsessed with the Anastasia Brow Wiz Pencil. The shade that I use is dark brown, formerly known as brunette. That is typically my go-to pencil. If I'm filling in my eyebrows, it's typically with this if I'm in a rush or just need a quick brow. Another favorite of mine from Anastasia is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Duo Powder. I use a few different shades actually. I use chocolate, that's the one I most likely grab for. I also use granite and occasionally dark brown. I love the powder because it's still lightweight but very pigmented to where you don't have to worry about it going anywhere on your eyebrow. I will say the powder can pick up kind of heavy, so use a light hand if it's your first time using a powder. And a newbie for me is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer Pencil. I bought this in the shade Ebony and Dark Brown. I kind of like the Ebony one a little bit more though. This is a very thick, highly pigmented gel-like product. So again, if you're a beginner to filling in your brows, you just want to use a very light hand with this product. Another brand that has some of my favorite brow products would be MAC, of course. My go-to pencil and probably the #1 pencil that's sold at your local MAC counter is going to be the MAC Spiked Brow Pencil. This pencil is literally life. It does, for comparison, I will say it does go on a lot darker than the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. So if you're someone that has little to no hair or you like the thicker chola brow, this would be a good option for you. For those days where I just don't really have time to go ham and fill in my brows, I will just use the MAC Pro Longwear Waterproof Brow Set. This stuff is the bomb.com. They have it in clear and then in I believe 6 other shades. Some that are kind of like shiny and some that are just more like a natural, not shiny, you know, just hair-like texture. And finally from MAC, I love the Deep Dark Brunette Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream. If you shop at MAC and they run out of this, you can get the Dip Down Fluid Line Eyeliner. It's literally the same shade and they're both waterproof, so it's the same consistency. You don't have to worry about sweating and your brows coming off. Finally, one of my favorite brow products, which is also new to me, is the NYX Eyebrow Gel. I bought this in the shade Espresso, so it claims to be waterproof and long-lasting and smudge-proof. I will say it holds on very well for something that's drugstore brand. I have gone swimming with this and it did stay on, but I have also gone to the gym with this on and it came off as soon as I touched my eyebrow. So this is a good alternative for someone that's not quite ready to invest in the MAC Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream or in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. All right, so now that we know what I like to use, let's go ahead and fill these things in, shall we? Because we looking a little cray-cray without the rest of our face on. So I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Pencil just because that's typically what I use on a day-to-day basis when I am wearing makeup to fill in my eyebrows. So first thing I'm gonna do is comb through my eyebrow hairs. Funny story, I just did one of those peel off masks probably like 3 or 4 days ago, and I did not see the part where it says keep away from the brow because the instructions are in freaking Chinese. And when I went to peel off the mask, it ended up ripping some of my eyebrow out. And if you've paid attention in some of my older videos, I've told you guys that I've never had my eyebrows done, never threaded, not tweezed, not waxed, not plucked, not nothing. So after feeling my hair come out when I took that mask off, I understand y'all's pain. So now that I have the hairs all in the direction I would like them to be going, I'm gonna go ahead and go on with my dark brown Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. And I'm gonna start first by underlining the bottom shape of my brow. So now we're left with something like this. And now I'm going to repeat that step similarly to the top half of my brow, but instead of drawing the line starting here, I'm gonna start where my brow is fuller, which is probably a quarter of the way in on my brow. So when using a pencil or any other brow product, you want to create more hair-like motions by doing quick strokes, and you always want to go in the direction in which your hairs are going. So for me, my hair in the front grows up, so I'm going to flick the pencil upward, and then towards the middle of my brow, the hairs start to go towards the outside this way, to the right or to the left on the other brow. So now we are left with this. So very easy, very quick fill in on the brow. I did not speed this up just so you guys can actually see how quick it is for me to fill in just using the brow with pencil. Now I'm just going to repeat those same steps on the other side. And here's a quick like side by side so you guys can see the difference. So I'm not really altering the shape of my eyebrow. I'm extending the tail and bringing up a little bit more hair in the front than what I naturally have. My favorite parts about using pencil is that if you put a little bit too much product in there or your brows become a little too boxy, like this one is kind of, oh wait, just kidding, just kind of how this one is giving me right now, you can use the spoolie end that comes on the end of the brow wiz and just kind of fluff through that to kind of soften that up a little bit. I know at one point in time like the boxy eyebrow trend was all the rage, but it's not anymore, so stop doing that. Another thing that's super important to remember when filling in your brows are just sisters, they are not twins. So if you can't get the left one to look just like the right one, fret not, that is what they make concealer for. Also, if they're not completely identical, who cares? I, for example, do not have matching eyebrows. My mom is probably going to be so blown when she watches this part. And yes, my mom does watch my YouTube videos. My left eyebrow has a scar on it from chickenpox when I was a little person. And then my right eyebrow has a scar on it from where I fell down some stone steps and sliced off half my eyebrow. Thankfully, it grew back, but the scar lays within my eyebrow, so it sometimes messes up, you know, the shape in which my eyebrow looks like it's growing. It just looks crazy sometimes, but that's the wonders of makeup, girl. We conceal that. The next step would be to set my eyebrows using a clear brow gel. These are my two favorites. This is the MAC, girl, it came off, so I can't even tell you what it's really called, but this is just the clear MAC brow gel. It looks super trifling because it's not even clear anymore, it's brown, but that's just because the brow product I use, like, it ends up back in here. Also, I love the Anastasia clear brow gel. This one's pretty good as well. So because the MAC one is my favorite, I'm gonna go ahead and use that to set my eyebrow hairs. So with this step, keeping in mind the same thing with filling them in, you want to set your brows in which the direction that they grow. So like the front of my brows, I told you guys it grows upward like most people, and then the middle to back half goes in this direction. So now for the Instagram famous part of this, I'm going to clean up the under shape, if you will, of my eyebrows using concealer. I do not generally, there are times where I have to because I got a little feel happy, but I typically do not clean up the top half of my eyebrow just because I like the kind of young, wild, and free brow look. But I do conceal underneath my eyebrow just because since I don't get them done, there are some little like random stray hairs that want to be all, you know, here for the party. I'm gonna need them to be tardy. So concealer wise, I use MAC concealers. Also the LA Girl Pro concealer, but mine is not downstairs where I'm filming, so I'm not gonna show it to you. If I'm not wearing any eyeshadow at all, I will just use my MAC Studio Finish Concealer Duo. This has the shades NW45 and NC50. I match about both of those colors in MAC foundations and or concealers, so that is what I use if I'm not going to be wearing any eye makeup and don't have a reason to have a highlighted under part of my brow. If I am wearing makeup and it's something simple, I will use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC45 to underline the shape of my eyebrow. If I'm going for a more dramatic drag-ish like look, I will use also the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer but in NC42. This creates a very dramatic highlight under my eye, which is why I only use this if I'm going for a more dramatic look. So I'm going to be taking that concealer on a MAC 195 brush, and I'm literally just going to follow the shape of my eyebrow underneath them. See, very simple, very clean. Now I'm going to take my Real Techniques, I believe this is a crease brush, and I'm just going to use this to buff out that concealer underneath my eyebrows. See, very soft, very subtle, not anything too dramatic and or crazy underneath the brow. So just in comparison, yes, for my shape up, shout out to my barber. Just in comparison, you can see this, it doesn't look terrible, it just looks a little messy when you have fleekage like this going on. So that is literally it. That is wham bam, thank you ma'am, how I feel in my brows. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my eye makeup and come back and pose for you, girl. And that's a wrap, folks. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I got things to do, and I got my beat face on. How about you? I'm legit so corny. Oh, but before we end this video, can we just have a one time for this lip color? Y'all know me. If it's not nude or if it's not dark, I do not really wear it. I was trying to switch it up and do something with this little berry lip for you guys. If you want to know what it is, it's legit kind of a concoction because I could not figure out what I wanted to do. So I have Nightingale Lip Liner by MAC all over the lip. I put the NYX Liquid Suede lip cream lipstick, whatever this is called, in the shade Vintage on top of that. And then in the center, I did a little bit of the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in the shade Soft Spoken. If it's not nude, I'm not in the mood. It don't have my heart if it's not dark. But I wanted to do something a little different for you guys, so I gave you this. If you like it, let me know, comment down below. Also leave your suggestions for what you want to see next. I hope this brow tutorial video was kind of helpful for you. For those who are kind of wondering how the heck I do my eyebrows, because I typically always speed through it in my videos. If you want to see a brow tutorial using some of my other favorite products, let me know and I can do that for you as well. So until next time, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, girl.
'Cause you're perfect, babe. You're perfect.